Yeah, I say this every time. We're gonna have to work on that fade.
Yeah.
It really is. It needs to come like into it and then go, welcome to the show, everybody. Yeah, this is
We're
Jody.
gonna come in. Hey, look who's already. First of all, Mr. Jack Frost, you are not first, unfortunately, sir. You were real close.
Not.
You were really close. Mr. Daniel
It's
Bear
our man
Sports Highlights.
right there.
The one that found us while he was,
And
surfing the black areas
of
the black ages of the, or black, what do you call that? Black, like, not like the black internet. What's it called? Dark side of the internet of the YouTube.
Dark web, me?
I'm sorry. I'm just going into strokes.
What kind of there was a massive 40 second open and repeat that happened before we started.
Yeah, I did confuse James Earl Jones, who passed away today, and with another less
James Earl
famous
somebody.
And it wasn't like I meant to do that. Just like, this guy died today. It's sad. And everybody was like, no. And I was like, it was sad. And they're like, no. Anyway, guys, like, smash, follow, hit the notifications, turn on the bells, ding, ding. If you grab them like boobies, that's cool too. I don't care what you do. Anyhow. So with all that been said, how's everybody doing? You know what's funny is it's funny you bring it up like this, Gino. So I have a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention his name. His name's Nelson Rodriguez. He lives up in Clarksville.
You said you're not going to mention his name.
I'm not going to mention his name. His name's
Okay. And his home address.
So anyway,
Social security number.
So anyway, he always wore 2 wedding bands. I was like, dude, what's that about? He goes, just in case I get myself in a bind and I'm a tit grabber, I'm going to remind myself that I'm married. Like that by having both wed. And I was like, you don't think it might just be a little too late at that point? I mean, these are my thoughts. I'm not saying they're accurate and not saying you should endorse those. I'm just saying that was my response. Anyway, Nelson's a good dude. That's a guy that shot himself in the foot with the taser. And then it's recorded on
oh shit
on the taser, and then we all got to watch it, and it's fucking hilarious. That was back in the good old police department days.
Good sounds.
Hercules. Anyway, so anyway, guys, we're all back. I'm sorry I was kind of absent last week. I was actually absent last 2 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, we were all off last week, so
yeah, and we took the holiday.
Enjoying our
I was in Vegas. At the USC LSU game where my boys, the Trojans, won, and it was a fantastic game. Fantastic. All right, and then this past weekend, me and Preston were in, we'll just say the Knoxville area for a football school visit. We'll just call it that. All right,
in the Knoxville area,
in the Knoxville, Tennessee, East Tennessee. Mm-hmm. There's probably no big schools up there or anything, but we were up there for.
Were their colors like orange, like
it's funny. Actually,
and the bark.
I'm not going to say anything
like that
else.
kind of orange, like a Tennessee orange, maybe.
Like deer hunting orange, it could be like that.
Okay, or deer hunting orange. All right.
Let's see where you get that. But that could also be the state penitentiary team, though, too.
True.
Yeah, they play rough.
I see what you did there. Anyway, guys, hey, I'm having a little bit of
what you drinking?
This is Cast Strength.
Man,
it came from the company. The place you get to. Right, and I have your bottle down here, and it will get to you sometime. This I've just been so busy, dude. I apologize.
It is what it is. No worries, man.
And then what else did I get? Oh, I got a new thing of Nelson Brothers Honey Cast.
Ooh,
what do you think of it?
What'd you say? What 2 people talk at once?
Yes, good.
Oh, it's fantastic. But that's the it sits beside the Queen's bottle, and it's only going to be used for the Queen and I, or whomever. But anyway. But no, it's really good. I like it a lot. It's got a nice heat to it. It's a really good one. The other thing is I also got a 12-year Weller, and then recently.
Very nice.
So there we are. That's what I'm caught up with. I think I got y'all caught up. So good times in football world. And so anyway, David, what are you drinking?
I am drinking. I had this on here before. The Green River wheated bourbon. Just enjoying that. There's not a whole lot left. Might be a battle kill tonight. We'll see how it goes. But I've been enjoying that. I mowed the yard earlier today, so I thought I'd sit back and pull one. Like I wasn't going to do it on a Monday night anyway. But enjoying that. My Labor Day weekend was very, very quiet. I got hit about 4:30 in the morning that Friday before the weekend with a fraud alert from no, not even
Vegas, were they?
like to what? No, I don't know where they were, but somebody was cash apping themselves my money. They got about $100 before the alert popped up, and of course I went and checked it, and it was like all, I guess, charges through the middle of the night. And I'm like,
Damn.
what in the fuck is this? And so, because I double checked my account to make sure that the text itself wasn't some kind of fraud. So I verified that and called them up, and they canceled my card. So I had to sit there with basically $20 in cash all weekend. So I sat around and did nothing, which was still kind of lovely in its own way to just not be at work for an extra day and just chill out. It's around the house. Enjoy.
Have you got moved to full time yet?
No, they're working on it. It's supposed to be sometime middle of the month. They work at the speed of a fucking glacier over there. And, I just twiddle my thumbs. It's supposed to happen. I had a meeting.
Real quick.
That's
So is it
about
a glacier at AOC speed or like a glacier at like normal scientific terms?
I did not realize that was a speed, but
well, no, she says the world's going to end. She said 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Okay.
Or in 10 years ago. There you go.
Well, it's happening slower than that. Right? I'll give you that one. But yeah. So other than that, just been hanging out. Got my new card in today, so now I can spend money again. I'm happy about that. I can put gas in my car to go to work. And that's me. I wanted to read a quote, though, before we move on and do what everyone else is drinking. I want to see if you guys catch this one.
Mark Twain. I'm sorry.
Good guess. Really good, but wrong.
Ernest Hemingway.
Frank Sinatra.
Also wrong. See, that's why I brought this one up, because those.
All right, come on.
We've been doing these over and over again. All right. The problem with the world is that everyone is a few drinks behind.
George Burns.
Nope.
Dean Martin.
Nope.
Fuck.
Good guess though.
I'm done.
Selma Hayek.
What? No, he didn't do it with a
few drinks behind.
A Latino voice.
Oh, there's drinks there.
Yeah.
Dude, she looks great for her age, by the way.
Oh,
She does.
And she's so sweet and tiny and like a little race car.
Just so hungry.
Any other guesses? Any guesses from our viewers?
No, but I've heard that quote before.
I want to make a guess. Hold on. So my first guess is going to be John Wayne.
Good guess, but no.
Okay.
They're thinking in a more correct
Bogart.
time. Yes, that's it.
That was going to be my second guess.
Nice.
I
Well,
was thinking John Wayne, just because I've heard that, and I've heard it also before, but I couldn't remember who I heard it from. And then my second guess was going to be Humphrey. Hell, I can't speak. Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey
Dumpty.
Bogart.
Stop touching my helmet. God, I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's like it's been a constant stroke. I swear to God. Okay.
Swearing your words and everything.
Allergies.
Yeah.
It's gotta be allergies.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's probably allergies. Is that what you said?
Sure.
Could be allergies.
I'm good with that.
Sure. That's exactly what it is. It's fucking allergies.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Blame it
everything
on
I
allergies.
say. It's like, man, I feel so constipated. It's probably allergies. I'm shitting all over the place. It's probably allergies.
Okay.
I fucking broke my elbow. It's probably I'm allergic.
That the thing growing on your elbow, it's allergies.
Allergies. Yep.
That's what it was.
Dogwoods.
Oh.
But anyway.
All
right. So Charlie, what do you
moving
think?
on? Yeah, Charlie, what you got, man?
I've got I can never do this right. Single barrel proof Tennessee whiskey from Jack Daniels. Stanley Pit. Stanley's a hotel up in Estes Park, Colorado.
Been there.
You might have heard of it. That was the inspiration for Stephen King's The Stand. He and his wife stayed there right before they closed for the season, so they were the only people in the hotel, and he thought, I could write a pretty fucked up story about this. But they have a barrel program. So I was up there with my wife and a buddy, picked up like 4 bottles, and they're all stellar. If you ever find yourself in Estes Park, Colorado, stop in, because it was an awesome time. The guy was very knowledgeable, not condescending, loved to talk.
So he's
I could have stayed there for all days. So Labor Day, I also didn't do anything because the guy that I was skimming money off of caught on to it, and apparently I got cut off after the first $100. So
Damn.
I just had to
Shame on you.
fucking stay home but it was nice, my wife went camping with my son, so I was home by myself. Didn't hate that, man. I did not hate that at all.
Did I happen to show you guys the picture of Preston with the two girls in Vegas? Did I put that in the chat?
No.
Okay, we'll get back to it here in a moment. Oh my God, he learned such a valuable lesson. All right, and it's the greatest lesson ever. And we'll get to it. But anyway,
We'll come back to
Set my
it.
nephew up with no bullshit, man.
what's that?
Don't set my nephew up with no bullshit.
Trust me, I'll take care of your nephew.
He's got a few things to learn.
That's
from
scary.
other discussions we had. It's like, dude, come on, man.
Well, BBC, what do you got going on down there? Did you see what I did there?
That was a good one. All right. So I'm still in Maryland.
Nice.
So I'm sipping a fine ass
Nice.
Eagle Rare. This is the 2024 pick.
Mm.
It's like,
Mm.
their Eagle Rare pick's always good. I love Eagle Rare anyway. I'm not one of those idiots that cry about Eagle Rare. It's good. I like it.
Yep.
Stop saying that you don't. You do. You just can't find it, you fuckers. Anyway, I'm
It's
drinking
my
out of the
favorite
Arizona
tenure
glass.
for sure.
Yes, sir.
We've had a show
So-
about that before. It's my favorite tenure bourbon. It's the
Yeah.
perfect bourbon. If it's fully
Yes.
available at any time, it is the best bourbon out there.
I hear that.
All right, Gino, you're up, man.
Gino is having some Bardstown high wheat.
Nice.
There you go.
Finally
That
got my
kind of-
hands
Leaders.
on that. My guy there in Maryland put me a couple bottles back in his office, so I was able to pick them up today. Abso-flippin'-lutely delicious. I mean, if you like a wheated bourbon, this is the prototype of wheated bourbon. There is a little bit of baking spices in it, but the brown sugar, the oak, the toffee is there. There is like right on the nose and right on the palate. There is the hint of oranges in it too. I mean, it is a delicious pour, and I'm damn glad I picked up 2 bottles because this bottle will not see Friday.
Nice.
No,
No sugar.
Well, that's because you got an
Enjoy.
important event that's coming up on Friday.
yes, I've got a very important event on Friday. I got,
He's going to make his I was going to say I thought it was your sex change that was coming up.
Not quite. No, I'm
that
having
was it?
a little bit of an enlargement put on, but it's okay. But
A little bit.
no,
of
actually, after
enlargement.
35 years, I am retiring on
Hell
Friday.
yeah.
Finally got that date.
I think
Official.
we got
That
a
was awesome.
golf clap there.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a
No,
toast.
raise a glass to that one for sure.
Yep.
To
Thank you,
Gino
thank
being
you.
good to himself.
Yep.
Oh yes, guaranteed.
All
I've
right.
got the bottles already lined up for it.
So, oh, that was weird.
Here's
so-
a question. But,
Hold on a second. I want to tell a story real quick.
Okay, tell a story. Tell
Uh-oh.
a story.
So anyhow, we're walking around Vegas, me and my boy, and he wanted to go to the strip. And we're doing the thing at the strip and all that stuff. And he's just put your phone somewhere else where you don't have to hear it vibrating, please.
I don't know why someone was calling me right now on Messenger too. That doesn't even make sense.
Anyway, so we're out there, and he sees these 2 girls, and I'm like, and I just told him, like, dude, nobody in Vegas does anything for free, bro. All right. And so he met these 2 girls. Hold on, let me know when there it is.
I see one other there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They look nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
All
not doing anything for free.
Yeah, and so he gets a picture with them, and they only do 2 poses. So they do this one, and then they do the one with, I don't know. It's just 2 stupid poses. And then they look at me and they're like, Dad, you want to get in the picture? Do you want a picture? I'm like, no, I'm not stupid. I've been to Vegas a bunch. I know what's going on here. So anyway, they turn to Preston and they're like, that'd be $60 a piece for 2 pictures, 2 girls. And he goes, really, Dad?
What?
What's that about? I said, I told you. You can't just go out there and just start thinking everybody's just going to like you because you're good looking and you're 18 and all this stuff, right? And you're strong. I'm like, these people, they will charge their mamas and grannies for stuff, right? So you just need to chill with it. And then he went to the slots and he lost money there too. But USC won, and he was like, Dad, you're not going to gamble? I'm like, dude, I'm not stupid. Like, this is not something I do.
Like, I gambled by bringing you here.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money just getting you here. That was my gamble. You know what I'm saying?
But it was a good game.
It was a fantastic game. I will say this, and I don't mean this as any derogatory to the vast majority of LSU's fans. However, I will say that there is a very large contingency of those fuckheads that are assholes and dipshits. All right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they will admit that.
Dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you, I looked like this one guy's he's about to get his ass beat by my son. And because my son's just like, he's egging it on too. He's like, dude, you're fat. Nobody's going to like you. Like, you should go kill yourself. He's saying all these things, Preston was, to this kid. All right. And this kid was just coming back and he was just trying to say all
Just
this
talking
stuff.
shit to each other during the game.
Yeah, during the game. And then this kid just kept on to fucking run his mouth. I turn around, I'm like, well, you just wake up and become a dick? Is that what you just do? You wake up, you say, you know what, fuck, I'm going to be a dick today. Probably can't even spell Louisiana. You and your dog probably look at each other at breakfast and say, which one of us can be the bigger dick? And you win every day, apparently. Is this how you like, you know? And he went to go talk. I'm like, dude, you're the people that work for people like me. The problem is we
Jesus.
fire people like you because you're a dumbass. So if you're listening there in Louisiana, that guy is a dickhead and a dumbass. And he's also fat and he probably should not. I'm not going to say he needs.
Don't go there.
I didn't say that.
I appreciate you held back at that point.
Hey,
But I doubt
you're
you'll-
the kind of people that work for me and we fire you. Oh.
Back on.
Boom.
I mean, it's true.
Okay. Yeah.
But you didn't fight anybody.
Who, Preston?
Yes.
No, because I looked at him. I'm like, dude, who's going to bail us out?
Right.
You know I'm going to jail too because I got your 6.
I'm
Like,
4 hours away. I could have come.
Oh,
and got you.
I was actually
Yeah,
home,
like-
so
Like
I
I
was
have
home,
your
so-
phone number, Charlie. Like they're like, hey guys,
Bro,
can I
you
get on
got-
Facebook real
you got
quick so I can call?
I don't need
My
my
one phone copy
Just-
from
just need
Facebook
a
Messenger.
Yeah.
You got
That's
mine.
great.
I would have been there. It's all good. I would have laughed my ass off the whole time, but it. Yeah.
Preston was like, well, Granny will come get us. I'm like, the fuck Granny won't. She will not come and get us. Like she was like, she was totally against us going to Vegas. She was like, y'all gonna get in trouble, aren't you? I'm like, why would we get in trouble? She's like, because your son, though he's smart, he's a dumbass. I'm like, he is that. And it's because he don't think. And so as soon as we got there, I said, so like we were big time delayed. Let me see if I have that picture because it's a hilarious picture of me and Preston.
shit.
I think I've already deleted it. I did. But anyway, we went to Pawn Stars too. We went to go see that. We did all the touristy things because that's what he likes
Still
to do.
not been there yet.
Well, first of all, you're not missing anything.
There's not
Like,
much to see.
yeah, it's like, dude, I
It's like a
swear
little
to you.
window,
building.
basically.
It's-
Like, they
it-
don't really let you in.
No, you can go throughout the whole building, but the thing is the whole area is no bigger than, like, honestly, my kitchen.
It's
Oh,
a
shit.
little cinder block building.
You know what? I went after hours. That's why I got to like look in. They still had a window open for people like, I guess,
Yep.
trying to pawn their watches and shit for gambling money or whatever. Like,
Yep.
So, but I did go by there. Didn't the guy, like one of the guys in charge of it, like get in big trouble? I didn't really pay too much attention to that.
A lot of them got in trouble.
One got in trouble and one died or some shit. I don't know.
Well, the old man passed away, but
The old man died.
yeah.
That's
I mean, not to
okay.
be confused with James Earl Jones.
Mm.
That died today,
Here you go. You got that.
or the
Yes.
other one. That,
And it's sad passing day.
Yes.
not for the
That dude was a great actor, yeah. And I'll just
not the old man. I should probably give the other James Earl. Not a good day for him.
No. I like how I can all hear those crickets and whoever's background that is. After that, like, moving on. So I have a question for you about
shit.
your Vegas trip. Did Preston get to try the lobster bisque?
So no. So here's what it is. So like he wasn't supposed to gamble because you have to be 21.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to the lobster bisque facilities unless you're 21. And he was like, Dad, we can get in there. I can totally get in there. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go to a nudie bar. Like, that's not my jam, right? Like it seems like such a massive waste of fucking money, right? And I'm just like, I just don't want to do it. And I told him, I said, you
Oh,
think
don't get me wrong, it is, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's
I'm-
Preston
you know.
and he's 18. So
Yeah. And that's what I told him. I'm like, if you want to go to a nudie bar, take you and your dumbass friends down to the ones in Nashville because they're all 18-year-olds. I mean, 18, you know.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. But man, I'm not going to a nudie bar ever. I was 18. Let's do it. It's rock and roll, man.
Mm.
You know?
Right.
But now, at my age, at 50, first of all, I want to be in bed by the time most of those dancers get on stage. and then I have to pay like a 2-drink minimum of a drink I have to bring, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Nope.
And then it's gonna be music that's like Preston shit, where it's like bit, 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 bit. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Play something fucking cool, right?
This is great. I agree with everything you said, though. But yeah.
Yeah. It's what it is.
I just think it's a massive waste of money. Like, it's just not something I want to do. Ever.
Okay, so whiskey.
Comedians
I
always
hear
good.
that the Maker's Mark Cellar Age, the new one,
It's coming out, yeah.
dropped.
Yep.
175. Last year's was 150, which I thought was a little high. I heard this one was 175, which
Ouch.
I guess
I'm
I
gonna
shouldn't
look
be
for it, though.
surprised.
Definitely high. Yeah.
If I can
Yeah.
find it, I'll probably pick one up just because of what it is.
I mean, what? It's a blend of what, 13 and 14 year? Yeah, I mean, it's some
but
pretty old
it's
stuff.
like
I got the
It's
email
like-
earlier today. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all go ahead and keep talking about it amongst yourself. I'll give you something to talk about.
no, it's just
Oh, I
because
mean, there
of
was
what
that.
it is. You know, if I can find it, I'll probably pick one up just because of what it is.
I mean, I tried last year's and it was good, but again, everything being relative and subjective, like $150 was more than I can justify on a bottle of whiskey. Usually,
All right, it does say that it's a
Chuck says it's 12 years.
yeah. That's what I was just getting ready to say. It
Yeah.
just
Thank
says
you,
it's
Chuck.
masterly blend with aged whiskey over 12 years to unlock the new flavors and mouth-watering finish. And it
Okay.
says it has its tasting notes. And there you go. That's it. That's all That's all they gave me in the email.
But the thing about it is, it's Makers. You know, it's a reputable brand.
Sure.
12 years.
Agree.
I would probably be a buyer at that price range.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There you
absolutely
go.
would be a buyer at that price.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like the Nelson brother that I got recently. I
What
didn't.
was it? Where did that go for? Is what I'm trying to say.
It was in excess of $200.
Gotcha.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's the Bell Mead. It's the same people, so it's
Yeah.
the exact same
Yeah.
bottle. They just went to a different name, right?
Mhm.
So they went back to the roots of their name, and remember how much the that time that what's his face Little John got one, and sent us all a sample.
Mm-hmm.
That was back what
Yeah.
6 years ago, 5 years ago, and that was $175 then
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
at the distillery.
That was some good ass whiskey though.
Yeah,
That
so
was-
it's the same thing at this point now, but it was over two. But I didn't
The
even
new
ask.
Coy Hill.
What's that?
So
I
I
thought
was going to say
someone
the new Coy Hill was officially announced. I know it's been announced. I know it's been talked about, but the press releases went out today from Jack Daniels. The 2024 special release follows two early releases matured on Coy Hill, including the 2021 Coy Hill. Obviously, various proofs. So they talk about 122 to 137. I know that the special release, there were a couple that were hazmat, but that one I'll look for. I mean, I won't find it, but I will look for that one.
I will never look for anything with Jack Daniels on it.
we know that. We
But
know.
they got rid of the I don't know if we're supposed to get political here. We can edit the political stuff out in post production, right?
You realize
Yeah,
this
we-
is a
we
live
definitely
show,
do.
right?
It's absolutely a
Oh,
live
shit.
show. We absolutely are not supposed to do politics. We absolutely have something political come up literally every show that Joe participates in. So call me a liar. Go ahead.
It's all good.
I ain't paying you any attention to this.
I know.
Who? What?
Okay.
If you find it, don't buy it for yourself, but get it for me.
There you
Get
go.
it for Charlie. So
I don't know
Yeah,
that I
that's
want
all
that
right.
on my bank statement. I want people to know that I hate it that much. I won't even get it from my friends.
We may work out a deal. I don't know. We'll see if I can
Some kind of
find it.
barter
I'll look
system.
for it. I'm not going to drink it.
If I came across it, I would. I've done this before, and these guys know this. I oftentimes will send a picture and say, "You guys want it? Don't make me do this." And
It's
then
all
they
good.
all want one. That's how it normally works. But
I mean,
That's-
stop me if I'm getting into dangerous territory, but I've seen on the socials people bitching about Jack Daniels because they gave up the DEI initiatives
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
see
not
that.
Jack. It's not just Jack. It's Brown Foreman. So it's every distillery under Brown Foreman.
Right.
But I see Jack taking the brunt of the heat, and
Well, it's
Okay,
because they were participating in the
It's the name.
LD, what's it, LBG, whatever alphabet fucking soup shit of rainbows and unicorns. They were participating in that. That's the part that
Hey, you're going to Pride in Columbia, right? This year?
me?
I think it's in a few
I've
weeks.
never
right?
made it to Pride in
Yeah.
Columbia.
There's a Pride in Columbia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not
Really?
something I would.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You know what? I guess it'll be off topic. I just don't understand why.
It's
you
a little bit
gotta
of a small town for it. I get
But
that.
what I'm saying is I just don't understand. If you wanna fuck somebody, knock yourself out. But why do I need to be prideful about it for you?
Yeah, no.
Like,
Don't indulge me in your
like,
fantasies,
women?
dude.
Is that
I
how
just don't
you
care.
roll?
They're gonna get you, Chino.
I know, but it's one of those things. Don't indulge me in your fantasies. I don't care what the fuck you do. It's just don't. I don't want to participate. It's all
Yeah.
beautiful.
Anyway,
You
so
do you.
Charlie, damn it.
Oh,
if
man,
somebody asks you to
damn
participate,
eyebrows.
that's one thing.
Ooh.
But if two people are not asking you to participate, and we're
Then
probably getting into
need
that
to know
stuff
about
we're
it.
not supposed to get into. So
Yeah, I don't need to know about it.
Just sipping my
No,
whiskey.
I guess
it's all
what
beautiful.
Gino is
Yeah,
trying to
that's in my
say
whiskey.
is, and it's kind of all of us, is that what you do in your bedroom has nothing to do with whom you are as a person.
Not a
So,
god blessed thing.
and so there's not a time I walk around going, "Golly, dude, you ought to see all these fucking pussies out there and this, that, and whatever." Like it just sounds fucking stupid, right? Nobody talks like that. Or whatever it is, or I've been hammering down every day. I got to try the blue chew on some people, and it worked out like all of this is
you.
no. First of all, no, I'm being
Yeehaw.
facetious. What I'm trying to say is that
I know that.
what I'm saying is you have to look at it in the totality of everything.
I don't need
These are
blue chew,
stupid
by the way.
conversations.
But you understand, just for a second of perspective, like for the
Yes.
last 2,000 years, these people used to be killed for being the way they are,
They still are.
and there are still many places in the world where you can
but
be.
the thing about it is,
Even here,
here's
even
the thing about it is, I mean,
even now, still.
it's like June was supposed to be Pride Month. It was also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
The only thing you fucking heard about was Pride Month.
No, that's not true. The Hawk Chewy girl.
That's right.
She
did
ruined
come
Pride,
out
and
in
I was
June.
like,
Hot
yes,
Chewy, man. Yeah.
that girl, that was awesome.
I have no idea.
she was speaking of Labor Day weekend. She was here in Scottsdale Labor Day
The
weekend.
what?
Dude, she
Oh, yeah,
lives
that's
right down the
Hawk
road.
She has
Chewy?
come out with a few more things besides the Hawk Tui too, and I can't.
What is
Well, no,
Hawk
she's
Chewy?
been on all the podcasts.
Sorry, I'm a little.
yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on here.
You
Dude,
just
you're
need to Google
missing
search
out.
Hawk Chewy girl. That's all you have to do. If you're
Yeah.
like the only person on earth that don't know who that is.
You
Yeah,
probably,
I don't-
exactly.
I'm not on social media.
I don't
either.
have. I don't have internet brain. Like I don't. I don't know
Dude.
what's going on.
Pick up your damn phone and search it. Hawk Tui.
That's all you have to do. Throw in
How
an
do
eight.
you? How the hell do you spell Chewy?
If you just
How
put
does she
Hawk
spell it?
and then start
Just put
T,
Hawk and T-O.
Yeah.
and
I think
you'll
it's
find
actually
it.
TU.
Oh, to you. Yes.
See,
it's
there
you.
you go. H-O-C.
Put girl, just put girl behind it. It'll come
Hawk,
up.
H-E-W-K.
It'll
Not
come
H-O-C-K.
up.
So
I can't
You
believe
will
you've never seen
understand
this.
quickly.
Hawk Tua.
All right.
this
Girl,
is going to be
find
interesting.
it.
I want to see the reaction.
Video. It's 14 minutes long. I ain't watching this right now.
Oh well.
It shouldn't be 14 minutes. No.
Yeah, because her meme
No,
is only
It
like
says 13:58. There's
It's like-
one.
22 seconds long. It's what
Yeah, I was
she-
gonna say, there's like a 5-second soundbite of spit on that thing, and
It's taken.
Damn
Oh,
straight.
the original video is like 9 seconds.
There it is.
There you go. Just play that one.
Boom.
Am I gonna be? Is this gonna give my phone cancer?
No, no cursing. I don't think.
Ah, shit. Okay.
There it is.
Oh, and it
All
turns
right,
out
then.
her father's, I think, a Baptist minister in Alabama.
There it is. Even
That's
Rob
a-
got
Rob
it.
knows how to spell it.
Rob got
Yeah.
it.
Thanks, Rob. He's coming in clutch. But
Yeah, but her
that's
parents
hilarious.
have to be
Also,
very
not at
proud.
all
So
surprising
there's that.
that her dad's a preacher. But
What'd you say, Charlie?
I'm just saying that I don't know what I said. I lost it. It was in the moment. Yeah, it's gone. But her parents must be proud. That's what it was.
Actually,
But
her
also-
dad was, and she's talked about that on one of the podcasts that she was on.
It
She's
made
like,
you remember, Charlie.
my parents are so not happy with me right now. And I was like, it was so authentic. Like she was just been drinking. You just got
I will say she's been donating a lot of money. She's been making some money. which
she has
is good
been,
for her,
and she's
you know?
because she's doing the shirts
She's-
and the hats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
But she's donated a bunch of it to like some animal rescues, and that's like a cause that's near and dear to my heart. So
Nice,
Same.
nice.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Hawk Tour girl.
Yeah, there you go.
I personally thought she came out in awesome timing. I just really liked it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good stuff.
Yes.
I was
Well,
like,
now I know what that
I was
is.
talking about the Hawk Tour girl on the bingo card.
I mean, nobody had that on their bingo card. Like, every day it was like something rainbows and fucking unicorns on damn on Twitter, and then all of a sudden for the nice 48 to 72 hours, it was nothing but Hawk Tua, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
And a couple of little tracks weren't bad.
Oh yeah, the ones they sampled.
There's a couple of
Yeah. And some of those have bet in it too, like bet. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I am so old, I don't even know what bet means. I'm like, what do you want to bet? He goes, that's not what it means, Dad. I'm like, well, then why would you fucking say bet to me? Like, I don't understand what that means.
It's like saying deal, right? Like deal or like
I don't know what the
like
fuck it's
bet-
like. He
like bet
uses
I
it in
won't
like
or
all
whatever.
the terms. Like I'm like, hey, go do this or whatever, bet. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna kick you in the face if you don't. How about that?
bet.
I got three kids. My middle kid, whose name I forget because she's the middle kid. She's about to turn
That's this
20.
one. Well,
I don't understand a word she says. Like, she'll say something to me, and I got to turn to one of the other kids and be like, "What does that mean?" I have no fucking idea.
oh, they're fucking stupid, man. I don't even have. All right, no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to talk about that because that'll get me in trouble later. But yeah, they're just stupid. How can we just go with that? Let's move on.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about some of the things that we did. A lot of you guys just kind of done nothing. I went all out with my boy.
Yeah.
But it was because USC was playing. USC was playing well, and on top of that, Preston just turned 18. He wanted to go to Vegas, and if he's going to go to Vegas, I'd rather him not go with his dumbass friends and he'd go with me. But while I was there, I found out that he's going to Cozumel or Playa del Carmen, one of those, over spring break, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys,
not gonna be pretty.
all I said was, dude, just realize
make mistakes.
there's real jail down there, and I can't come get you.
Real jail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and no means no, period.
That's right.
So
Mm-hmm.
Cut it off.
But Playa del Carmen, Cozumel, nice areas as far as tourism goes, but don't fuck up.
yeah,
Yep.
no, I've been to both of those. I went to. It was one of the greatest vacations I ever went on. Was Playa del Carmen. That's where I met.
Everybody's
Mao.
like where he met Mao.
Yeah.
No shit.
How he's doing.
I don't know. I'm not.
I think
I'm
from
not
the
on the
latest
socials
post
right
that I saw, that he's getting ready to start the next school year. They're getting ready to start that up again. So he was off on their little summer break, which is not as long as ours, but they're starting up again. I was hoping he was going to pop in for a few shows, but
over summer I was kind of hoping.
yeah.
Well, it's
I think
really
he came on once maybe over the
yeah, but it's
summer.
also been really late. But you know what's funny is I was listening to Joe Rogan episode, and he was talking to this guy that was part of one of the host of something Gears or something like that, but he was a car guy. All right, and he's a British guy, and he was talking about one of the guys that they had on the show. Like, it was
Top Gear.
Top Gear, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
Gear.
yeah.
And he was saying that they had one of the guys on the show, and he spoke so like Mao that it was the only person on BBC history to have subtitles speaking the same language. And when he said that, I immediately thought of Mao. I'm like, that's exactly my point. Like, no one understands what you're saying. Like, you're speaking English, we're speaking English, but no one understands what you're saying.
Yep. Can't get that colloquialism.
But
That's hilarious.
it is.
It's like the what was it? Those Guy Ritchie movies with the pikeys. What am I thinking of? Snatch.
Dude, I was watching this thing on linguistics, and it was on the Discovery Channel, not Discovery, it was on History Channel, and it was talking about the history of linguistics, and it was trying to compare the original Queen's English to where we fall within the United States and which area has the most of it. And the South is actually where the closest direct connection is. That's beside the point. They were up in, I'm going to say somewhere either in West Virginia or East Tennessee. It was like right there, okay? And there was these snake people, like where they do the,
Oh yeah.
Is it the Pentecostals that do
and they
that?
talk in tongues and all this stuff, and they're doing all kinds of crazy nonsense. But when they were just talking to the guy, all right, they were just talking to the guy. He had fucking subtitles. I didn't even realize I couldn't understand him. I was just reading the subtitles. I was like, and then when I got done, I was like,
in the same state with those idiots, and those guys, I can't understand them either.
I was like, at the end of it, I was like, wait a minute, time out here. Mao may have something going here. I bet Mao and those guys could carry on a conversation.
Yes.
100% and understand what each other are saying because
they probably moved in opposite directions. Like,
I don't know.
It's completely different.
Well, the reason why I say that is because the reason why they brought that up is that is the most closest dialect to the actual Queen's language. And it was so foreign to me, even though it might even be in my state that I live in, that I'm sitting there like, I'm just reading. and I don't even realize I'm reading until later. And I'm like, dude, am I reading somebody talking English?
Dude, I live in the same state with those idiots, and I can't understand them.
No, I get it.
No, they're like on a totally different wavelength as far as their language, linguistics, the whole shooting match, man. It's like they're out there.
Yeah, holler.
So
yeah, no, they don't get daylight where they're at. They have
look how swollen that thing is.
Damn, dude.
Man, you're looking swole.
You just got that thing good, man.
Now this one's going to go.
Jody's swole patrol.
Okay.
Drain that shit.
This one right here. That's the one I broke a few months ago. Or no, a few months ago. About a year ago now. I was bench pressing, didn't know I broke it. And it wasn't anything heavy. It was like 355 for reps. And I was just sitting there just benching.
I feel like he just rolls that off his tongue. I wasn't anything heavy.
Just it's not anything heavy. It's
like
fucking
half a Volkswagen Beetle. But yeah, you know.
Anyway, so I was benching. And I felt something pop, but I didn't really pay any attention. And then the next day, it was like a fucking titty on my arm, right? Like, I'm worried about getting breast cancer right here. I'm being that was a very uncouth and inappropriate joke. I apologize.
Yeah.
I like dark humor, so I laughed. I feel bad.
I mean, I have dark humor.
That's what we ought to call this barcast, unappropriate.
or dark appropriate.
The unappropriate podcast.
Yeah, but inappropriate, unappropriate, all of those terms. Yes. But no, that was dark humor. That's not actually funny because I know people that have suffered from that, to include my own mother, right? But I mean, you sit there and you're like,
dude,
I was draining it myself with a syringe. So the other day I was sitting there like this. It was like, had a syringe in it. And you're trying to hold it in there. And I have the toggle at the top, the little depressor.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling on the stopper with my teeth.
Jeez.
To get it out. And I pulled out about 20 milliliters, but it's still filled all over.
Yeah. No, it's nasty.
And it was all that funky nastiness. And then
yellowish. Yeah.
So it is what it is.
What'd you do with the juice?
What?
What'd you do with the juice? Where is it?
I don't flush it down the sink.
Ferment.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to drink it or something. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Like, do we need to start
betting
our like, why didn't you sell that? I don't understand. Like, can you tell me about this a little?
I know a guy. I know a guy who's into that.
I'm trying to keep up with the unappropriateness.
You know what's funny? There probably is a freaking
there's probably a market for it.
OnlyFans for that kind of shit. I'll never forget that time that Lil Jon was on here and he was like, I'm like, dude, ain't nobody want to look at my feet. He goes, I guarantee you there's an OnlyFans that would want to look at your feet. I'm like,
probably.
I'm like, as sick as that sound, he is probably so right. I'm like, who does that?
There's a thing for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a sick thing. Like who? I mean, come on. Like, I think women's feet are beautiful, but I'm not paying to look at anybody's hoo-ha or anything else. I'm just not going to do that. Like, you don't want to show it to me because we're just going to be kind to each other, and fuck it. Like, I'm not paying you to see it. I'm not going to rent it. I'm not going to pay for pictures. If I can't get it for free, then I just don't want it.
I'll tell you.
But real quick,
Go ahead.
I'm in a committed relationship, so I'm not looking anyhow. But I'm just saying, if I had to pay for it, I'm not going to. That's my point.
I hear you. So here's a funny story. I did not know this is what this person did, or one of the things this person did for money. But back when I was still on Facebook, I was Facebook friend, and I can't remember her name, but she would just post just random pictures of her life, whatever.
I know this girl.
Nothing.
I know who you're talking about.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't even know her name.
Her name is Shelly or Shelby. I think it's Shelby.
Okay. I'm not trying to act like I don't, like I'm trying to play something off. I literally don't remember this person's name. But anyway, it was like a friend of a friend, and we friend each other, whatever. Just posting pictures of her life, whatever, normal stuff. But I noticed in pictures of her where she was like outside or wearing sandals, something like that, she would blur out her feet. And then so I
don't know if it's the same girl then. 'Cause this girl has a fan page.
She does. This person also has a fan page, but I clicked on the picture to read the comments, and I saw someone else had asked her, like, why are you blurring out your feet? Like, what's going on? She's like, there's people that pay for that. So I'm not going to basically give that away for free, because if they're following me there, they're probably following me here, and they're just going to jerk off to pictures of my feet, and I'm not going to let them do it for free. I was like, holy shit.
That's so sick too, man. Like, I just don't understand that. But people look at us and go,
I don't judge people for being into feet or whatever, but like that's
no. I love feet. I love feet as well, but I'm not paying to see anyone's feet. Like a woman with nice feet, that is freaking on point, right? But I'm not going to be looking like I'm never going to pay for that from anyone, right? But that's what it was. We were talking about when I had my
Shelby. That just came back around to me. I was like, wait.
Well, I know that when I was on Facebook, you and I were still friends with her. That's how I know, because that's how I became friends with her, is that you were friends with her. But it's irrelevant. I'm not friends with her now, and we're not on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so it doesn't matter. I went on there to post pictures of Vegas with my son, and then I was like, I'm going to post and ghost, and I've been gone ever since.
Deuces, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been happy with that. I listened to, I know that this is not the avenue for it, but I listen to this guy named Jerry Flowers every morning. He's a preacher down in, he's a black man down in Houston, Texas, and he is freaking fantastic. I do therapy Thursdays with him, and I love it. I really do, and I've enjoyed that. I'd rather have the scripture part in my life than the Facebook and other social media stuff. I know that kind of drags people down, and that's fine. Whatever. That's what I'm into, right?
Okay.
So
it's all good. It's all you, man.
Scripture. Everybody's got their thing.
Feet to subscribe.
Yeah, we went from elbow titties to jerking off to people.
Well, that's because I did this number, and I was like, "Hey, there it is. You can see it.
you can see it on Jody fans."
Someone right now out there is pausing that and putting in slow motion.
When you hold your arm up like that, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the money shot."
Come on, who's your daddy? Come on, shake that thing, man. Shake that thing.
Hot Tui and spit on that thing. And stop that
man, wait. Mark is trying to tell us something, but he's muted, so we have no idea what he's saying.
Mark, you're muted, sir.
And it could be important.
Oh, I muted myself. I was saying that there's someone who is reading scripture and looking at feet.
Yeah, and looking at that elbow in slow motion.
Oh, that elbow might be sexy to him.
Well, just real quick,
that
if you
elbow,
look at
man,
this elbow and
slow
you're
motion. It's like,
you're
oh man,
slightly aroused.
Come on.
You
do that thing for me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I find elbows to probably be the least attractive thing on a human body. Not just because I have some
a following out there now, dude. I mean, you could start an OnlyFans page.
I don't know. Billy seemed to enjoy
elbows.com. Yeah.
No, OnlyFans, and man, you just have it at the elbow, just going.
This just gave me master beaters.
Yeah, you blew it, man.
You got Wilford Brimley.
I didn't blow it. But, oh my God, you guys! I can't deal with y'all.
That's why we do this, man.
This is why I haven't been showing up all the time.
Yeah.
But no, there are people who are into that. But I guess where I was going initially, like people who have OnlyFans or whatever, they probably look at us and go, "You guys like to sit around and talk about bourbon and stuff like that."
Yes.
And we pay some exorbitant prices and stuff like that for different bourbons, and we're always out looking, and we I'm not saying we, but there might be some people who might be participating in mailing them from one point A to point B and stuff like that. Not us.
It
Not
happens
us.
sometimes.
Because we've only done it twice and got caught both times by the greatest U.S. Postal Service on earth.
They're
All
on
right.
it, man.
And it was $185 fine. I'm not saying it happened to me. I'm just saying it happened. And
I only ever email regular mail olive oil. Olive oil is the only thing I ever send.
okay, well,
Dog
see,
shampoo.
the last time a dog shampoo is what I always use. The last time, so what happened was, here's what happened. The last time, this is a true story. I've already talked about it on here before, and I'll talk about it again. So I stopped using U.S. Postal Service because they took my freaking what was it called? Rock Hill Farms.
Man.
They took my bottle of that, and so the fucking postal inspector is probably driving around like that motherfucker, you know, drinking my good shit, right? And anyway, so I was actually mailing it to Gino. I was mailing something to Gino, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was probably the company. All right, I had that son bitch wrapped up like a motherfucker. All right, like it was tight wrapped. All right, there's a little punk ass kid at the UPS store because I stopped using the U.S. Postal Service. He's like, so what's in here? I'm like, it's fucking dog shampoo and dog treats. That's what I send every time. You should see under my name, dog shampoo and dog treats. I send them to I have about 4 or 5 places across the United States that I send this stuff to, so that, you know, because I like to donate to the dog shelters and stuff. And yes, it may seem like they're just a person, but when you go to the actual place, you know, I give them the full dissertation of what it is. He goes, well, it sounds like it's gulping. I'm like, that's how shampoo sounds, man. Have you like I can't testify to shampoo because, you know, I don't have a lot of hair, but I do use conditioner, and because it makes my scalp soft.
It's like, man, dog shampoo hits different, man.
Yeah, it's exactly how it was. Dog shampoo is a little bit thinner because they have thicker fur and stuff, so it's a little thinner, so it gets through them, and that way it doesn't stick in their
those heavy coats,
right. And so we're driving down the road, or not we. I'm driving down the road. And I think I was on the phone with Michelle. I don't remember who I was on the phone with. Anyway, I get a call from the fucking UPS store, and they're like, "Are you sure this isn't liquor?" He's like, I'm like, it's not liquor. It's fucking dog shampoo. I told you what it was. And he goes, well, I'm gonna have to open it and see. I'm like, the fuck you are. I'll be down there to pick it up right now. And so I came to pick it up, and he was like, "You're sure?" I'm like, "Dude, this relationship's already over." All right. So I went and put that in another box. I put that box into another box and then fucking wrapped that motherfucker like it was hot, you know? And then I took it to the fucking postal service and it got to Gino.
Yep. Ike and Mike's is the best.
Dude, I had Ike and Mike's in there. I had everything in there. I had those little chocolate coins too. I had everything in there.
Mike and Ike's, and I got one. I had like a box of like the dry macaroni.
Got fired. I really do.
That works too. Yeah, the dry macaroni.
Like he shouldn't be like. Who is he? Like is he trying to become like the?
Why don't you? I told you about this, like the automatic kiosk or whatever.
No, I do that now. But I don't like doing it through the postal service because the postal service is a little bit different because it's a government agency.
Okay, but I guess I've never ever I've sent less than some of y'all.
Either way, I don't.
In terms of dog shampoo and the olive oil and all that, of course. But when I did,
not something I participate.
I just used the automated kiosk. You don't ever talk to a person, and they're like, "Is this safe to go?" And I'm like,
"Yeah, but I enjoy lying."
It is. It's
the government, so I enjoy lying to them.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, back when I used to do that, I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm like a saint now. I'm like a BYU kid.
He's soaking now.
That's bullshit.
All of my children are brought receive snow globes.
There you go.
Snow globes. Damn straight.
That's what it is.
Dude, what about that time that Billy, or not Billy, it was John. It was Little John. Dude, we talked about Little John a lot tonight. He's been traveling a lot, and I seen him last week.
I hope he's doing all right.
We were supposed to be at an honor banquet together on Wednesday. He's not able to go because he's got conflicting scheduling. I'll be there. So
I talked about a month ago.
What's funny is this is what's great. My mom's like, she's like, so you're going to an honor banquet? I'm like, I am. And she's like, is it for like dead people? I'm like, I don't think you understand, Mom. Like, it's an honor banquet, like for veterans. And she's like dead ones? I'm like, Why would I be going if I was
Or
dead,
harder
Mom?
to feed.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not following you, Mom. But I do a lot of work, as you guys know, on the side with veterans. Definitely veterans in the academic system, because they're all coming in. A lot of them coming into undergraduate programs, and and with real life experience, sitting by these people, they're like my son, right? Where they're like, he's like, dude, I had to pay, like, his only real tough time ever is he lost a little bit at slots, and then he also paid essentially 2 hookers on the strip to pose for a picture. 2 pictures. It was $60 a piece.
Didn't even get a reach around.
It looked like what do you call it? Like the cabaret dancers or whatever, because they had like the feathers and shit on.
Yeah. I'm sure that's what they were. I'm just telling you, like,
because that's a little bit different.
No, I mean,
you're talking about, they leave those flyers all over the damn place.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know what I'm
with
talking
you.
about.
I'm with you. I'm just telling you. I'm just with you. But I'm just
I didn't
telling
do that shit for the record.
So, but I mean, wait. So that's like my son's life experience. Now, imagine being in class and we're talking about some economics and it's undergraduate. He's like, dude, I got screwed this one time. And then you talk to a veteran who's been, who's done a tour or 2 in his 4, 5, 6 years he spent in his first tour, and now he's coming out and he's sitting there. He's 20-something years old, and he's sitting there, or she. I don't want to make this sexist by any means. He or she is sitting there, and they have real experience, and you're sitting there with these kids that are like, and you can't connect. You're like, I mean, I've been there. When I was doing my undergrad, I had already finished my first tour, and I'm sitting there in class. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't even know what life's like. Like, you're fucking 12. You've been serving since lunch. Get the fuck out of here. Right? So anyway.
Fair enough.
It is fair enough. Anyway, anything else you guys would like to talk about in the last couple minutes?
I'm hungry.
Hey,
You're always hungry,
shit,
but it is.
Soccer.
You know what's funny is I don't eat hardly at all anymore. I don't know what it is. I just don't eat.
You're not burning the calories like you used to if you're not.
That could be it too.
That is the big key.
I think that is the key. Is I haven't been eating because now don't get me wrong. Today is not a good example. Like this morning, for whatever reason, I woke up and I was like, I gotta have some fucking.
No,
like,
it'll be cyclical.
Like no, I'm talking about this morning. I woke up and I was like, I gotta have some goddamn burritos from fucking Taco Bell. Like whoever wants that, right?
For breakfast? I mean,
you
feel a little stopped up. You need a good clean out. I mean,
if you're constipated, that's the key.
That will.
Well, I wasn't. I mean,
it will help the flow.
Well, here's the thing. So, like, if you ever try to, like, David's been around, Preston. So is Mark, but he's much bigger today than he was the last time Mark seen him. All right, this kid, when we were in Vegas, it was about between $180 to $240 a day to feed him.
Jeez.
And I'll never forget. We're coming back. So we're at the stadium. He's like, I'm like, buddy, I'm gonna go get some whiskey or whatever, right? And I said, you want a pizza? He goes, yeah, totally take a pizza. So I go over to the pizza place, and it's fucking $79 for a large pizza. All right.
What the fuck?
By the way, Allegiant Field, that is the coolest stadium I've ever been to in my life.
Not at $79 a pizza.
No, I don't mean that part. I'm talking about the stadium. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
For $79, there better be mouth favors that come along with that pizza.
Nope, you didn't get anything. All right, so just large ass pizza. All right, so it was $79 and like, and then they asked for a fucking tip, and I'm like, really? You just open up that door, pulled out a large pizza, kind of like I was at Little Caesars, and you put it in front of me, and you want a tip? I got a tip for you. $79 a little high. And so anyway, I walked it back, and I was like, here you go, buddy. He goes, so he ate the whole pizza, like he scarfed it down, like football's happening. He's like, he murdered that pizza. I didn't get any of it. All right.
That's the real reason why you're losing weight. He's eating up all your food.
So
we
we're heading back, and so we finally get back and stuff, and it was a nightmare getting out. And that's the only downside of that stadium. It is a nightmare getting out of that place. All right. It's almost worth the hour-and-a-half walk back if it wasn't the fucking desert. All right. You know. Sure. It's a nightmare. That's the only bad thing I'll say about Allegiant Field. But anyway, so we get this lady that she's from Cuba. She goes, for $40, I'll take you home. I'm like, let's clarify home real quick. Your home or our hotel? Because I'd rather go to our hotel. And she's like, yeah, you guys' hotel. We'll go there. I'm like, okay. But are we gonna say bye to you at the car? Like you're not coming with us, right? Like
Oh,
when you drop us
no.
off. And she's like, no, just $40, but it's gotta be cash. I'm like, you can't do Venmo. She goes, cash. I'm like, cool deal. Gotcha. Look at Preston. I'm like, dude, I've already paid for everything. Find $40 in your back pocket and give this lady $40. And he did. And then we head back and all this stuff. All right. We get back. We haven't been into the casino, which, you know, every hotel there, we stay at the Virgin,
Yeah.
all of them, every one of them. You go in, you check in, and then it's nothing but a casino. And then there's other places, right? So we're walking back to our tower. He's like, you know, from the front desk area, and he's like, Dad, I'm hungry. I'm like, you don't fucking say. And so he's like, you want to go to the Mexican place? I'm like, man, you pulled at my heartstrings, but the thing is, I'm a hungry buddy, but I'll have a drink and just sit there. So the lady comes over and he orders this fucking 1.5 2 pound burrito. I swear, is everything holy. It is the biggest fucking burrito I've ever seen in my life. And I grew up in Southern California, right? And around Alberto's, Roberto's, any of the Toes, those places are fucking great, right? The lady brings it out, and he's down there hammering it down. He's not really talking elbows and assholes into this thing. You know, he's making it happen. And he kind of just takes a break for a second because he's waiting on some more water because she was a little bit slow on getting water.
Coming up for breath.
And she's like, he looks at, or she comes over, she's like, do you need a box, sir? And he goes, no. And then he goes, it has to be done. It's what he says to her. And I'm like, what does that mean, dude? Are you going to murder it? Like, what's going on? And he did. He finished it off. And then the next morning we went to in the Vegas airport. I'm sure some of you guys have been there. They have what's it called? Welcome to Moe's place. Welcome to
Moe's?
Moe's. I guess it's
Moe's.
yeah.
Say welcome to Moe's at Moe's.
But anyway, they have these
Southwest.
Yeah, so they have the breakfast burritos there, and they're like a pound and a half a piece of these giant freaking burritos, breakfast burritos. So I ate like half of it. He got one, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go to the facilities and all this stuff, get ready for a flight, and I'm gonna have a drink. I don't care if it's only 9 a.m. I got all day flying. I'm gonna have a drink, right? And Preston goes, wait a minute, you gonna throw that away? I'm like, well, I don't know what you mean. He goes, just leave it here, Dad. I got you. And he freaking murdered that too. And next thing I know, he's like, I'm not sure I'm full yet. I'm like, you're going to figure it out, dude. Cause I can't, like, I'm tapped out at this point. Right. Like, dude, you need to get a scholarship for sure. Playing sports. No one can afford you.
I was like, is this a human or like a Great Dane you're trying to feed, or like what?
Well, he's like, well, I got to get up to, like, play at the next level, even though these colleges want me and stuff. I need to be 250. I'm like, no, I'm with you, but you don't want to be fat. And he's like 8% body fat. Like, he's fit. All right. He's between probably 6.5 and 9% body fat. True, actual, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like the other day. I called him. He said, I'm eating at school. I'm like, that's cool. I'm gonna make myself a steak. And, like, he's on his way home. He's like, Dad, did you make 2 steaks? No. You said you were going to eat at the potluck. He goes, I did, but like,
is he really that hungry all the time, or is this like a compulsion?
All the time? No,
it's like real hunger.
Christ, okay. Dude. Like, you can talk to anybody. He eats all the time. Like, I pick up food. Like, if I pick up food, for example, the night I was coming back he needed me to be somewhere at Franklin after we got back from the football thing, not football thing, but the school visit was related to football, right? Mm. And he's like, we're going back on the 28th because they want it to be a game day experience. So we'll be on the field on the sidelines. So if you see us on, I think it's CBS that has that contract. But if you see us on the field, you know where we're at. All right. So, and that was part of the conditional thing. They're like, well, he can definitely be out there. I'm like, dude, I'm his entourage. Like, I got to be there too, And so they're like, all right, we make that happen. But I keep telling them, I'm like, bro, no one can afford you. Like, you are going to have to get a sports, scholarship because no one can afford to feed you. You eat so much. And all the time. And it's all the time. And if I can tell you is if I go stop someplace and I'm like, I just can't eat or whatever because my stomach's gotten smaller or whatever. And I pick him up. I'm like, I'll never. I mean, it happens all the time. They're like, "Do you want a box?" I'm like, I don't really want a box, but you know what? I'm gonna take it home anyway. Mail it you in the morning. It never. I mean, like the other day, I couldn't wait to have a little bit of that quesadilla that I had left over from.
It was gone all bit. Yeah.
Oh,
What quesadilla?
yeah, there wasn't even the box for it. He went out of his way to go put the trash like outside in the trash can. I'm like, like I can put do not eat. Like it happens with blueberries or not blueberries, blackberries all the time. Blackberries are my favorite fruit. All right.
Yeah.
And so I'm freaking hammering those down when they're in season, this, that, and whatever. We were down in Florida and I bought this giant thing of blackberries and they didn't even make it that day. Right. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I went back the next day. I didn't even get any. Right. So I went back the next day and I bought 2 of them, 2 packs. He hammered down the first one in like the first fucking day or like first 5 minutes. And then I said, dude, don't touch my blackberries, period. So I noticed that every day there would be like a smaller amount of blackberries. And I'm
Is that
like,
when you wouldn't notice? You have to mark the line.
who does it? So, I mean, I love that kid, but I'm going to tell you what, no one can afford to feed him. He has become, he's the most expensive child that I've ever had around me in my life.
I feel that.
Oh, and I got another story for you. So
understand.
I'm gonna leave. This is how we're gonna end the show tonight. So the other day I'm washing, and we'll carry this over to the after show, so that way I can fill you guys in with the rest of the story. But I'm gonna leave it for the listeners of this. The other day we're getting ready to go to Vegas, and so I'm washing his clothes and all that stuff, and he wears like Lululemon and all that bullshit, so it's kind of dainty looking clothes anyhow. So I'm folding stuff, and I'm like just putting it over here and this, that, and whatever. And all of a sudden, I realized I just folded a pair of panties. I'm like, so I go back and I'm just flipping back through, and I'm like, did I fucking fold a pair of panties? Like, whose panties are these? You know? So I put all of his clothes, I stack them, and I pull those panties out, and I put them right on top. That's where I'm gonna leave all you guys tonight. We'll talk about this in the after show because the rest of the story is pretty fucking fantastic. But anyway, guys,
that's awesome, man. What a teaser!
It's been fun. It's been real. You never know if I'm gonna be back next week. So anyhow, if you're not part of the VIP, make sure you reach out to either Gino or BBC or Charlie or someone that's not named Jody, and they'll let you in. If you send me a message, I'm gonna probably ignore it because I don't have anything to do with you. I'm not the most friendliest person, but if you can, definitely like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, those bells, ding, ding, dings, and all that bullshit with our YouTube page. All that being said, which is Miles' favorite thing. Love you guys. Y'all have a good night.
Cheers.
Be good.
Be
Cheers.
good.
Be good to yourselves. That's it.